What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Coffee Break. I'm joined today with Leigh Travers. Cheers, Leigh.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Leigh, for those who don't know you, can you introduce yourself and tell us about what you do?
Yeah, for sure. So Leigh Travers, I've been with Animoca a year now, so yeah, really figuring out the place. My role is in the capital markets team. So we look at investments, new investments for Animoca's portfolio, as well as partnerships. So our existing portfolio, who they could be partnering out there, maybe existing or new exciting projects are coming on the scene that makes sense to partner with. Maybe it's exchanges that we can support with partnerships, new communities, events. So really looking out for new projects as well as our existing ones and supporting with partnerships and investments.
Awesome. Well, Leigh, how did you end up at Animoca?
With Animoca, I've known Yap since probably 2016, I would say, 2016. I used to run a public company on the ASX, Australian Stock Exchange, that was involved with crypto, and obviously Animoca came through that channel as well. So I had the fortunate pleasure of meeting him over the years as he was sort of developing those early investments in sand and really sort of taking the company to where it is today. I joined after a 2-year stint at Binance, running their Australian New Zealand operations, and yeah, have been here for the last year or so. So fantastic to be here.
What has the growth in emerging markets been like, and what trends are you seeing?
Yeah, so part of my role is I get to go to a range of different markets, whether it's a conference on or a new opportunity. So across Vietnam, Dubai, Hong Kong here today, Singapore, Australia, some really interesting markets where we can sort of build out those communities, whether that's new exchanges, whether that's local partnerships with Web 2 businesses, or sort of those Web 3 communities. And each market is different. Obviously US is definitely leading things, but there's various different verticals that are more important in different markets. So, you've got the remittance and payment markets throughout Southeast Asia. Through Australia, you're starting to see some of the bigger sort of DeFi projects that have, been, I guess, key players over the last few years. They're evolving out now with more consumer-facing products. Asia, you do have some of the interesting DePIN projects that are coming out as well. So, yeah, starting to get some exposure there. And then, of course, AI. So I think every crypto investor has AI in their radar, and we're starting to see some actually interesting projects with utility on the AI space. So looking to help them out and find the right mix of investors and communities to go and support them.
Fantastic. What would you say, out of everything you've just mentioned, what would you say are probably the most exciting narratives that you're looking at?
I would probably have to say DePIN. I think DePIN just combines everything we like about crypto, bringing a network effect to a traditional industry, leveraging the efficiencies of blockchains, whether that's instant payments, whether that's the right incentives, and bringing a global market. So it's just one of those things. I think you can see market sizes for those particular verticals increasing 10x. And you've got a better, cheaper, faster product that consumers can get access to, and utilising, I guess, the Airbnb effect of underutilized resources. So it's really a win-win market, and I hope the right sort of tokenomic structures are designed around these DePIN ecosystems so that we really see the potential fulfilled.
Yeah, it's very interesting for sure. What markets do you see benefiting the most from DePIN?
Well, I'd say probably those areas that have poorer network connectivity, or you have increased amount of access to like idle devices and idle resources. So I'm seeing an interesting one around a Vietnamese project that has been heavily utilised around real-time communications for some of the state-owned networks, and they're looking to expand that now to other emerging marketplaces. I think anywhere you've got a huge amount of consumers, which means you can get, I guess, closer proximity for nodes to areas that didn't have that connectivity before from enterprise, because it didn't make sense for them to enter out there. I think those are really interesting ones that DePIN's going to benefit from. But then also it's just such a new industry, whether that's crypto, whether that's DePIN. So I'm not exactly sure how that's going to proliferate, but I definitely think we've got consumers that aren't being looked after by big brands, and they can work together as individuals and provide that network effect, then that's going to succeed.
Yeah, well, for projects, in and around the Animoca portfolio, if they wanted to, work more closely with your team, what's the best way to reach out or get in touch with you guys?
Definitely via social media. So come through LinkedIn, come through our X accounts. We're all very active on all those, and reach out and say, hey, this is my project. This is what I'm looking to achieve, whether that's some investment, whether that's some partnerships, or whether that's gaining access to users and utilising some of the Animoca key projects to support that. I mean, there's over 500 projects within the portfolio, and I'm sure there's a good fit on the partnerships and collaboration side, if anything.
There you go. There you have it. Get in touch. Make sure you guys speak to Leigh. Leigh, thank you so much for the chat. It's been, it's fascinating. Thanks, Leigh.
Thanks, Matt. Cheers.
Well, guys, that's another episode of The Coffee Break. Make sure you tune into the next one as we chat to more builders in Web3.